Don't let me in first. Sorry.
Welcome back, everybody, to another East County Voices. We're your hostesses with the most. This is. What do we got going on tonight, y'all?
So many good things. So many good things. Oh my gosh, we don't even have an agenda, but it's okay because our community voices is the agenda, and we are actively living and celebrating the advocacy work that's happening in our community. And so, as always, community updates. We have special guest Nicole Gardner, executive director for Facing Homelessness. Of course, our host here, Don Carlos, Don Miss Mary. We may have a special guest tonight. What else? So yeah, community updates, and let's talk policy. What does this mean? Let's unwrap. We had a city council meeting this week. There was the event where you all were honored along with so many other amazing leaders and advocates around houselessness and homelessness. And so it was very inspiring. What else do we have? Am I missing anything? And then we can kick it off.
I think the houselessness and the event that we went to yesterday was huge.
Yes. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think that on its own takes a huge chunk out of my week.
Yes. It was a full house.
So for those of you that know us all, the regulars here are Carlos and Patty. They're our hosts. I jump in with my cat once in a while, probably a lot. And Nicole, we've had on here lots and lots, and she's fantastic, and we're going to tell you so much about her tonight. And we have Dan on here tonight, and he is a special guest as well. And we're excited to share some community achievements and wonderful things that happened this week. And I'm going to let Patty go because I'm going to sneeze.
That was beautiful. Yes. Welcome, Dan. It was nice meeting you and seeing you as well, being honored for this amazing award. Don Carlos, you as well. Sorry, I hear my but it's okay. I think
it's coming from Dan. Dan, if you have one of your if you're watching
like a
this
cell phone or something.
Well, I think he's watching it from another from his.
I always do that on Zoom on accident.
You gotta mute the other source.
Mm.
Let's see. Testing.
Tech support.
Yep. It's coming from Dan. It's all good.
Don
Welcome,
Carlos.
Dan. Yes.
Be an echo.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
We're getting a feedback on your side though.
So Dan, if you have two things on whether it's your phone or whatever, turn the phone off or whatever else off. I mean, as far as the volume.
I'm gonna put on silent. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
There. Oh wait.
No, it's still echoing.
It's okay.
Carlos, tell us. You were like, hey, we got you, something happened. Join me. Let's be there. And Mary and I were like, yeah, let's go. And then there's a whole community of homeless advocates. And it was wholesome. Tell us about the event in general, like Board of Supervisors, right? We went out there.
Right. And go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was around. I mean, Dan, my brother Dan right here. nominated me, and I just went with the flow, really. But it seemed like they were pressed. Well, I don't know, not pressed for time, but the other meeting was taking too long, so we were like in that little room. But it was still fun, though. I mean, got to, I didn't know anything about it. Dan, what? That's your second time there, or third time, or how'd you hear about it? Third.
Yeah.
Third.
Tell you the truth, I want to recognize Carlos, man, because he has a heart just like me and Nicole. I tell everybody about this. I don't trust nobody in Antioch but Nicole and Carlos. Those are the only two people I trust in Antioch. And because their hearts are there. I mean, it's not something that you can explain to somebody or teach someone. It has to be there. You know what I mean? They have to have that in their heart, wanting to help people and do or die situation. You know what I mean? Where they give it to their all. And I don't see many people having that except for Nicole and Carlos. And I wanted Carlos to be recognized for all of his hard work, and I nominated him. Yes, I did.
Well deserved. Thank you, Dan, for sharing that. Yeah, the beautiful
event that we're talking about is at the city or is at the county offices, and what it was it's a homeless month awareness for people and organizations that do things for the community that are amazing. And Dan, did you get an individual award, or did you get a organization award? Because I know you're part of a huge organization.
Individual.
You got an individual.
Yes.
And so his individual is that he's part of a group called
American River Homeless Crew. Yeah, American River Homeless Crew.
American River Homeless Crew, and they provide food to how many different cities?
Not just food, we provide everything. Everything the homeless need to survive. Yes, we don't just provide food. When Brownback shut down, it really upset me. When Colonial shut it down, it upset me because I worked there for 30 years helping the homeless there at Brownback in Antioch for a good portion of my life, helping them. And that's their only lifeline besides Fish and Loaves, and Fish and Loaves hardly ever open. You know what I mean? And that upset the hell out of me. So I stepped in with my nonprofit to feed everybody. We fed 9,300 and hold on. In Walnut Creek, Concord, Antioch, Brentwood, Oakland, and Tracy, California. We handed out 9,367 MRE meals.
Dang.
And an MRE meal is a military bag?
Yes, it's a military meal. It's easy to fix and never goes bad. You can eat it 10 years from now. It'll still be good.
Yeah, I got a couple in my cabinet. And then how did you... So you trust Nicole. How did you meet Nicole? Because Nicole's like an icon here in Antioch. Everybody knows Nicole. She's got her van that somebody in this group might have helped design the outside part of it.
It's a bus.
It is a bus. It is a bus.
I've always helped the homeless. I've always helped the homeless of Antioch. I never stopped. I've always helped the homeless for 43 years in Antioch. Concord,
wow.
Pittsburgh. I never stopped. I grew up there. I grew up in Pittsburgh. I met Nicole. I met Nicole while we were out there feeding the homeless. And I ran into Nicole, me here to talk, we hit it off. She's a great person.
Oh, I agree. And how'd you meet Carlos?
Same way.
Same way?
I was out there.
How did you meet Nicole and Carlos?
I met Carlos at Brownback the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I met Nicole and Carlos the same way too.
I met Nicole at Amtrak.
Yeah.
Amtrak station down there. Me and her down there feeding the homeless. Me and her talked, and we hit off good. I mean, I like Nicole. I mean, she has a heart of gold just like I do. I want to help the homeless just like Carlos. I mean, it's not something that I can't explain it. You got to either you have it or you don't.
Right.
and they have it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And
they do. They
I
do.
wanted Carlos to be recognized. Me and Nicole got recognized. And I wanted Carlos to be recognized because Carlos came just like me. I was homeless when I was a kid. I ran away from group homes. I mean, it's a long story, but I had family, but my stepdad was quick with a belt, so to speak. And I got put in a group home, and I ran away from group homes. But what I'm getting at though is Antioch Homeless took me in, and Charlie York, Charlie Watson, a whole bunch of them. I mean, they're great, wonderful people. I hung out with them. Me and Charlie York were the same age. We went to school together. We all hung out with Charlie Watson and everybody, and this guy that we used to call Pop. He passed away a long time ago, but he was a great man too. He died on the streets needlessly. But I made a promise that I'll never let nobody die as long as I can help it in Antioch and Concord, and I've been living to that to this day. I fight to keep everybody alive, and it's all over California. I got crews all over California, but Country Cross County will always be my home. If you know what I mean, I'll always be there. And I met Nicole while we were doing this. Nicole's a wonderful lady. I don't let nobody talk bad about Nicole. People come up to me and say bad stuff, and I go off on them. Just like I'm sure they talk bad about me around her.
Nicole,
You got the haters. You got the haters no matter what you do in life. That's what me and Nicole were just actually talking about earlier today. Haters.
That's so true.
The thing is, though, Carlos, though, so many people like Carlos go unrecognized.
They do.
You know, and it's sickening because they need to be recognized. People need to be aware that there are people out there that really care for you. You know, especially when you're on the streets and you're beaten down. It's nice to know that someone's there for you. I mean, I wish I had that when I was young. You know, and bottom line is, I'm not going to be around the bucket. I'm fighting cancer really bad right now, and I'm just trying to make sure that we open up a COC to help the homeless and get everything going in Concord and Antioch right now. And Carlos is part of the crew. He's going to be there doing one of the shelters, or not shelter, but COC. I hate the word shelter. COC. And I'm trying to find someone else who would do the other one. Hint, hint, Nicole. You know, I like to get the people people I know will be able to do it. You know what I mean, and be there no matter what. You know, and I tried to throw a hint to Nicole a while back ago. I was trying to tell her, say, hey, when I get to COC, I would like you to be there. You know, be part of it. You know, because
So what's going on with the COC? They closed, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, I don't even care about. No offense, but I don't care about them. I mean, to me, when they closed their doors and what they said that day when I was there in that meeting, done deal. I'm just gonna make sure we have a COC there and with a pantry. We feed the homeless 7 days a week, and we're gonna be something different. We're gonna have kennels for the homeless, put their dogs stay and let them stay there, and also warming and cooling shelters.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's going to be. Each one, the one in Concord and one in Antioch. Right now, I thought we thought it was a done deal. We found two places. One was perfect. The one was a Kmart and old Kmart in Pleasant Hill that we're going to do. And I was trying to get the Kmart in Antioch to get that one going, you know, but that didn't work. The guy owns the property. I couldn't go with the guy who owns the property. And the one guy, we found this orchard supply place in Belfort. Looks like an orchard place, like a warehouse type thing. And the guy was going to sell it to us and then backed out as soon as he found it was for the homeless. That really peed me off. That was so evil. I don't get when you're selling the property. I don't know why you go back out when you're selling it. You know what I mean? And all my sponsors are going to buy it and then use it as a tax write-off and give it to me, my nonprofit. You know, and so we can use it for a COC for the homeless.
Right.
So now we're looking for two more. We're not giving up. We're going to look for two more places right now, and we're looking right now big time.
And then can we give out an extra shout out for Nicole today too?
I was giving him a shout out.
I gotta give an extra one for her.
My turn.
You gotta turn it off mute, Nicole.
Yes, Nicole.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt nobody, but he gave me so much love already. Okay, thank y'all.
No, Rainer is shining. Nicole empathizes with the people, and like Dan said, like that's something that I've seen with you all, Carlos, Nicole. Nicole, whenever, like, if there's like SOS, like help, you show up to make sure that your people are not getting terrorized or removed from their homes, and you give them so much dignity and respect that they deserve as human beings. And just feeding them, that's so wholesome. And I know, because I felt your pain on days where it was like really rainy, and like you hurt when you know that it's cold and it's raining outside. Like, I've heard you, I've seen you, and your heart is with the people out there, period. So that award, very much deserved, and then some. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what you have going on, and then we'll switch over and give Carlos more flowers for his work and how many people he's fed, the strikers out here.
Before Nicole talks, if you guys get a chance, on our Facebook page, we posted the article the East Bay Times wrote about her organization as well and what she does.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a long article, so get ready.
I was surprised how long it was. I really was. Well, one, I just want to say thank you guys, because I mean, I've had an exciting week. It's been pretty interesting. I was really happy about the article, for one, because I'm not in the paper just being the advocate that's out there screaming and yelling at our police department or the council, or yelling at a homeless sweep. You know what I mean? And it's not like I'm in the paper for something like that, although, that's cool too. But for them to actually just recognize what we're doing out here and what we've been doing in the city and our organization facing homelessness, like, that's just such a big deal. And even our local bloggers, you know what I mean? Like, we do so much work out here, and I just be like, y'all can't even give us no recognition, So I was just really excited that the East Bay Times, Hema, reached out to me, and just, she follows our Facing Homelessness page, and just wanted to come out and kind of see what we do. And it was exciting for folks too, because, she interviewed some folks that were on the streets, and people that we've been interacting with for 8 years since we've been doing this, 8+ years since we've been doing this work. So that was exciting. And then just, having a team there, and just seeing everything that we do, and just how we, because it really is not just about the food. Although the food is bomb, I'm not even gonna lie. My spaghetti is smacking, and all the other stuff I make is smacking. But it's not even just about that. I think when people come out, even volunteers. And one thing that's really special too, not just with HEMA and the East Bay Times, but just when we have volunteers come out. I have somebody who even came out tonight with us, that we do not agree on politics. We never really agreed on homelessness and what that means, and what really helps homeless individuals living on our streets. And when she came out to do outreach with us, like, everything changed for her. Like, her whole thought process, thinking that people just want to be where they are. And then, us coming out and serving folks, that's really not doing them no good. She really saw that we go out there and we really encourage folks, and we really give them hope. And we're really like, hey, we need you at the city council meetings. We need you to speak up. How many of y'all want jobs? Because everybody in the community is saying that you don't. So it was really important. And it really is important for me to get those type of folks who have all these stereotypes going on in their minds, and just let it out, even with the paper, letting it out and letting the community know what we do, why we do what we do, and just how important it is just to really just be humane and kind to people and nice to people. I mean, it's just crazy to me. I just don't understand why there are not so many more Carloses and Dans and me out there. You know what I mean? Like, people that really have a heart. I'm not saying you got to go out there and actually serve people. Some people don't have they don't have the opportunity to do that, but at least just spread the word. Like, don't spread negativity, just spread positivity and kindness and just love. Why can't we just do that? So yeah, I was really excited about that. And yeah, that was a great article, and I really appreciate the East Bay Times for that. That was great.
Hell yes. Big heart.
I feel like I was going on and on. But yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
thank you so much for your advocacy. And we always look forward and share your communication system with the people is so solid because there's that trust established with you and your org and your team. And I see
Right.
that in your page. So for anyone out there, follow Facing Homelessness, donate, support, go by Wednesdays. That's so inspiring to hear. Like, because we don't have to see eye to eye on the same things, but just bring it back to we're human first before anything
Absolutely.
else. Don Carlos, and
My
your
turn.
work.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a while now. I mean,
Carlos, tell us the story why you do this.
well, what started
Everybody
me from,
get your tissue out.
oh yeah, I was drum playing somewhere. I forgot where it was.
Conquered.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Concord. And there was a guy that was there for the past couple of days. He couldn't speak, but he knew the sign language and all that. And it was a homeless guy, and I was just observing. And the second day that I saw him, he was going through the trash can, and he pulled out a meal. It was like still in the to-go styrofoam, and I'm thinking, man, he's going to chow down, but he he took his time. He sat down, and the first thing he did was he thanked the Lord for that food. And I started crying, I was like, oh my God, he just dug that out of the trash can, and that was, he was thankful to the Lord for a meal. So that's when I was like, I had to start, that's what started me with feeding the homeless. And then of course, growing up in Venice Beach, I was always around homeless people out there too, so it was nothing new to me. It's just when I came over here, it was just a reminder again. So and I don't ever cook a little bit, and all my kids that I also helped in Hudson Court too, they I always made a lot of food so they could eat, so now they're in their 30s, and it's weird seeing them all grown up now, with their kids. But they always remember that my door was always open for them, and there was always food on the stove for them. So I just God gave me a big heart, and I know what it's like to be without. I just don't forget. But you guys are hecka quiet.
Taking it
I
in.
love that story.
I'm like, I was trying to stay on mute, but I'm over here talking, Carlos. I'm like, yep, that's right. So much of what you said like resonates with me. Like, that's crazy. I feel like not even just with this work though. It's like I feel like even with me, I think that even when I was staying in my old neighborhood some years back, we stayed in a court. And
Right.
like literally all the kids, like you said, they're like in their 30s now, but that like the whole block, like all the kids would come to my house and I would just make heck of food, breakfast, lunch, whatever. So I think it's like we're servers. You know what I mean? I think
Right.
God put us here to be servers and to serve people, whether it be our families or our communities. So I think that's really important that you mentioned that because yeah, I definitely felt that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Also about them being thankful for the food. I mean, I met a lot of people for the last 43 years who are very thankful for the food they get. And people have seen the stereotype, especially our government, like stereotype the homeless as being drug addicts and violent criminals. And that's wrong. It's not true. And I mean, we were raised growing up watching that stuff on movies, how the homeless are supposed to be dirty, bad people when they're not. It's really sad.
And Dan, you know what? Now that you mentioned that, I was thinking this earlier. Yeah, we did meet at Amtrak, but our first like real team like effort together was when our former mayor Sean Wright had mentioned all that stuff about homeless people being in a fundraising event, calling them drug addicts and, that they want to be where they want to be. So that's where the advocacy work came in right there when he did that. And that's when I think we teamed up and we was like, I just think we've been together like ever since. Anything that comes up in the city of Antioch that has to do with advocacy work or, something that's controversial or whatever within the city, when it comes to homelessness, I think we definitely, and I think you're still in SAC, right? But you still make your way down here every time. So we appreciate you out here.
I'm out in Antioch all the time, actually. I'm out in Antioch 3 times a week at least, and Martinez and Concord and Oakland and Tracy. We're all over the place. But people don't understand is I formed American Rural Homes Crew to prove to everybody that the homeless do love and care for the community. My American Rural Homes Crew members, I started out with 6 people. Now I got over thousands of something. Oh, I lost track. It was over 1,000 something people in my crew already now. But they've been cleaning with me for 10 years every day, keeping our communities clean and safe without being paid or promised anything. They do it because they love and care for the community. And they've been recognized for doing that. And it changed the hearts of a lot of people for us doing that. And me and my American Rural Homes Crews, we're very thankful for everything we get from our donation stuff from people because they see what we do. Like Nike and all them, they help us out with brand new clothes and everything. We hand it to all the homeless all over California. And the main thing for us is how we want to make sure everybody doesn't die, like I said, and doesn't go hungry. Antioch homeless people are always be my family. I've always been there from day one for the last 43 years helping the homeless of Antioch. They'll always be, Country Cross County will always be family to me. So I'm always out there helping. And like Nicole, she lives there. She's there all the time helping the homeless. And I know that I ever need help, she'll be there. Just like I hope she knows anytime she needs help, I will be there. Like she said with Sean Wright that time, yeah, that was a very explosive one. He really lit a cannonball on that one. But it's just about, I just think all of us right here together, it's all about us keeping people alive. It's all about feeding the homeless, make sure nobody dies, make sure we help them every way possible. We're doing the things everybody should be doing to help each other, pretty much.
So my son was, I adopted it. He's my nephew, and I adopted him from foster care, and he was homeless when he was little, and he knows it, and he knows he got to see his dad living on the street before he got housed, and we went to different shelters and watched graduation programs from being an addict and everything. But my son had the biggest heart because we used to go to a tier 1 school, and on Fridays they would give everybody in the school, it didn't matter who you are, what your income level was, you'd leave the school with a bag of groceries. Well, we were fortunate enough that we really didn't need that bag of groceries. So we would go down Monument and we would find people, and he would go and he would give them food. And he did that religiously on Fridays. That was his thing. And when he had his birthday party, he would always want to have his birthday party in a park where homeless people were so that we could feed them too. And so he had his connection, and there was lots of years I couldn't do anything, but during pandemic, I met Carlos and I met Nicole, and we did coat drives and we did blanket drives and we did tent drives, and we went out and we fed the homeless, but we also went out and fed the low income apartments so that they would have food in between paychecks. And that was my connection with this group of fantastic people, and why I sat through that whole event yesterday in tears, crying how proud and wonderful everybody was. But those kids, man, the kids that got those awards, I mean, I looked like I did on the show. I cry out every damn show because I just kids, when they feel it, it never goes away. My son's feelings never go away. He always invites somebody to sit at our table, or gives them a meal, or just sits down and listens to a story. And he's a good person, and he's made me a better person. And when you become a better person, you meet like people, and you can only hope to encourage them. And I just love this group right here. That's my favorite.
can I say one more thing? I just want to say one more thing. You brought this topic about kids. That's my main priority is children and protecting the kids. But also, we have children helping us clean. Neighborhood, our community children help us clean. And I don't know if you guys seen the news articles of this before, but there's children. There's all ages of children help us clean on the American River, help us clean in Sacramento, Antioch, along Country Loma, all that whole area out there. They help us clean. And it's amazing because I've been doing this for so long. I get to see these kids grow up and have their kids come help us now. That's how much it's helped. I mean, it's pretty dang cool. I mean, I've been doing this for 12 years, American River Homeless Crew out here, actually 13 years. But the kids that I used to help me are now growing up, or they're 20s now, and now they're out here having their kids help when they're young. It's really cool. I just want to say that.
Yeah, I think that's where it's got to start. I think you got to start with instilling the love into the kids, because the kids grow up, and if they've got the love sparked when they're little, they turn into, these little bugs here. Nicole, I keep seeing you talk.
Girl, I'm just like, yep, right. But you know what? I did want to say something. And I know this topic is pretty much based or focused on homelessness. But I just really want to give a huge, huge shout out to Miss Patty, because yes, girl, yes. You're younger than me, but you are just so inspiring. I mean, we met during the protests for the Black Lives Matter movement, but just over all these years, how you are just so involved with just social justice for all different types of groups, whether it's, underserved communities, including homeless people. Like Patty be the first one to send me a text like, how are folks on the streets doing today? It's raining. You know what I mean? So she really thinks about all that. And I'm just so grateful because you're not only involved, like I said, with like homelessness, but all these other different groups that you're involved in. And she's a veteran too, by the way. And so happy belated Veterans Day. And I just wanted to give you a shout out though, girl, because for real, like I said, you are moving all around Antioch, even Concord. I know you be all over the place. And yeah, you deserve your flowers for real, because you inspire me to just do more. My priority and my passion has been homelessness, always has been, but I'm like kind of dipping and diving into things like the youth and things like that. So just seeing you and seeing that you can do multiple things, we can make differences in all different types of areas. And I just think that's great. And you just have been there from day one, and including when, like, even Dan said, the haters, they be hating and we doing all this good work and haters still find time. Like I told you and text you earlier, Dan, if you must be doing something right. If you got all them haters, okay, you got to be doing something right. And I love my haters. I'm telling you, once again, I was on here before talking about how much I love my haters. I really do. And Patty, she is the bomb, because she be the first one. She be looking at the blog. They said this. And she always defending us, every last one of us. I just appreciate you for that, for real. So thank you so much.
Also, you can't forget about Carlos here. Carlos, the man right here, man. This guy's gone through hell and back, and he's out here. He still has a good heart.
I love Carlos, but I had to give my girl Patty her flowers, because she just dip and dive. She do so much, and she's supportive to all of us. I mean, all of us are, but she just has so many different issues, going on, that she dips and dabs in. So I love it. Thank you again, and thank you, Carlos. I love you, Carlos.
I know.
I look forward to getting to know Patty. I never got to know Patty. I just met her, and the other lady too. I just met them. I never got to know them. I look forward to getting to know them.
Yes.
But Nicole, girl, you're humble. You need to give yourself a pat on the back, girl. Outstanding volunteer. Okay, 2024, and it's not a monthly award. It's a yearly award. That's what you guys got to get straight. This ain't it's once a year to give this award out. And it's hard. I mean, you got to really bust your tail, but it's not about awards. It's about saving lives. But at the same time, it's nice to be recognized for all the hard work you're doing. You know what I mean? And Nicole got outstanding volunteer. Carl's got Phoenix Rising, which means he came up from above being homeless, and he still got the heart to help the homeless even after he came above from being homeless. Okay, that's outstanding by itself. I mean, that speaks volumes. Okay, I got outstanding volunteer award too. I mean, we all got that award, got awards, and we got show of recognition. Okay, but the thing is, I'm getting at though, Carlos, you seriously, buddy, deserved everything you got, man. And me, you talked, you know what I'm talking about, Carlos, and you deserved everything you got, brother.
Thank
and
you.
I see you being the future out there helping all the homeless along with Nicole, everybody out there doing their thing, man. I see you right there with us out here doing it, and I'm looking forward to us all working together as a COC. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. I can't
That's
wait.
all I got to say. We're going to be doing God's work. That's what matters.
Thank you. Yeah, Dan, we've never met officially. It's my first time meeting you. So very nice to meet you. We indeed will see each other in these spaces because there's a lot of fight. I just started, I'm new to this activism, social justice, like from 2020. So I respect everybody that's been in the social justice arenas before me, before us, and those that'll come after us. But for the folks out there, advocacy work never stops. Advocacy work is like 24 hours a day. And I'm very blessed to be able to be in spaces. I did part ways with some local veterans groups, I used to volunteer for, but that's something different that, but every other organization that's been doing great work has been doing it because the people are doing it. Just like the Black Panthers back in the day, they needed to organize for their communities and their people. What they organized, they fed their people, they educated their people. So the government is great in everything, but we can't rely on them for every different community and culture and need of our people. It's up to us to be the voices of our people, and which is why Don Carlos over here established this East County Voices, because we have to talk about these community things and happenings and celebrate our wins, because if we don't, then we have the haters, the bloggers spreading their hate and misinformation, but love will always conquer. And our ability to empathize and love one another and understand our community, that's our strength. And on the side note, I want you all to know that if you haven't heard, so Monument Impact has a funding available. There's funding out there. It's called Keep People Housed or Keep Families Housed. And so there's rental assistance for folks that are on the verge of houselessness, or they are houseless. They know of a place that they can go to. There's funding out there. And then there's also guaranteed income that's coming out. Guaranteed income has been around nationwide. I'm a recipient because of my military disabled benefit things that I get. But that doesn't mean that people that are really struggling out there don't deserve it. Our families in Contra Costa County deserve a little extra financial help. And so be on the lookout in the near future. The county just approved it, but this is going to be for houseless folks, for folks that are houseless, coming from houselessness, maybe for the youth, the seniors, single parents. We're going to, and as much as we want to help and expand every single person in Contra Costa County, it's a start. So we made it. We made that happen county level. And there's been small pilots here and there. Now we got a small pilot in the county. So looking out to advocates like yourselves to let your communities know what's coming and to make sure that it's equitable and fair, and going to those that need it the most. But this is what we advocate for as advocates, to be in these spaces. And
are you talking about the guaranteed income?
Yes, people still don't know about it.
Well, you were talking to a lot of people yesterday that didn't know about it, that could really use it for their communities. Yes. I do have one thing. I'm not going to try to make this political because I want to keep it all positive. But I'm so scared that they're going to try to take away Opportunity Village with this new city council. And I want people to be aware that that's a huge thing that's helping people not just get off the streets immediately when they get in there, but they're also helping people into housing and being able to get jobs and being able to, live dignified. It's one of the projects that Nicole has been working on with the city of Antioch, along with a lot of other individuals. But that's something that we need to start now fighting to keep it before the new city council takes effect on December 10th, because they need to know that that can't go away, that it's not on the chopping block, and that it benefits Antioch and its residents more than any one of those city council people can say it doesn't.
It's okay to be political because these policies for the people matter, and we should absolutely be on top of it, because that's the reality. That they may say funding doesn't need to be here, and they can reallocate, move it to other spaces, like a fancy water fountain, for instance. That money for those kinds of things can go to the people, for the houseless, maybe sustainable, always going showers. The city of San Francisco does it at their Glide Community Church, and we have nonprofits out here like Rika's in their org. They shower our homeless, and then because of the closure of the church, that could potentially end that space. So as community members, we need to come together, and if those closures of support for our community becomes like, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes undone. And so absolutely, Mary, good call on that.
Well, and you need to watch Don Freitas, because he's the one that's making the noise on that. And he just won city council for District 3.
Right. So, Mary, thank you for bringing that up. I'm glad that you brought that up because since we kind of knew what the election results were going to be, I really cried about that and that's what I was really afraid of, is that, and to be honest with you, that's what I already know they're going to do. And when the results came in, I was really devastated, and I really was thinking how much I did not want to be involved with politics. I was just like, oh my God, this is over. I'm just over it. But I think now more than ever, I've been an advocate for so many years. I mean, I literally went to city council meetings for 2 years straight, did not miss a meeting. And so I think more than any other time in my life dealing with politics, this is probably going to be the best time to be the best advocate that we can be, or that I can be. I know that, because they are going to try to close these programs down. There is no doubt in my mind that the hotel is going to be gone under this leadership. And there's no doubt in my mind that even with the mental health crisis response team, I think they're going to get rid of that.
That and the other thing that they're going to get rid of is the ordinances, just cause for eviction.
Exactly. They're definitely, if you look at the flyers, or the flyers that came out and the mail pieces that came out from our current mayor, or the mayor, or Ron's campaign, they were from the realtor people. So, I mean, I'm sure that, they did all that for him. They gonna want something in return. And these people do not want renter rights and rent control and all that. They don't want that. So I wouldn't even be surprised if they got rid of that. So I think we really need to pull together now more than ever to make sure that even if they close it, they gonna close it with a fight, because we come in as strong. And I've always said that, although I liked Ron before, he's just not strong enough to be a mayor to me. I don't think he's strong. I don't think he can handle it. And I really think that when we come up there and act the fool, he will not be able to take that pressure like our current mayor.
We need to come strong like we did right after the text messaging scandal by the droves.
Absolutely.
Every meeting.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And, they're going to do what they're going to do, but they ain't going to do it without a 2-hour damn public comments. They're going to get tired of that real quick. They're going to get tired of that real quick. But yeah, and I'm afraid too. And Tamisha, even with Tamisha and a lot of things that she fought for, I'm just, looks
they're
like
already trying to threaten her seat too.
They are literally saying that. They're like, oh, Tamisha and Monica, they're next, as if they're targeting them for
Well, I
doing the
mean, they
good
already,
work.
what they're going to do, recall them? What
Probably
they
try
going to do,
again,
try to
huh?
recall them, and then
Recall number 3008.
they're so damn stupid. I mean, these people are so, I just think that they're so dumb. When I think about the recalls, like, you do realize that the mayor made so much money off of y'all, right? During that recall. Do you know how much money he got from that recall that
No.
helped him with his campaign? Like, they're so stupid. Like, and the recall didn't even go through. Like, it is
Well,
just,
that's Nicole's motto. I love my haters.
I love my haters. We love haters. So,
Shout
you know,
out to our haters.
All press is good press.
Hey, you
exactly.
guys, I don't mean to rain on your parade here, man, but you guys are talking about a mayor. It's way worse than a mayor. Governor Newsom has declared war on the homeless, and he's giving mayors and city councils money if they tax the homeless. That's what's going on right now. And not only that, they're getting rid of all the homeless pets. They're saying that the homeless can't have pets if they're homeless. It's discrimination. It's against the civil rights. They're killing thousands and thousands of homeless pets here in California every day now. They're ripping the homeless pets away from the homeless and killing them. And they mark every homeless pet as a dangerous animal. Why? Because it wasn't what do they say it was? Wasn't domestic. It was raised in the wild. It's evil, and that's what they're doing right now.
no.
And the city council, they're doing it all over California. They're making these like internment camps, like the Japanese did in World War II with them. What Americans did, the Japanese in World War II. That's what they're trying to do with the homeless right now. That's what's going on, you guys. We're fighting it right now. Me and my micro homeless crew and a bunch of other ones are fighting it right now here in Sacramento. We're taking it to them. And right now, with my Invisible Paws Rescue nonprofit as well, we're fighting because they're trying to kill homeless pets. That's someone's kid. That's someone's life support. I mean, who here has a pet and feels like that's your child? I mean, who doesn't?
Right.
You know what I mean? And they're attacking homeless more by taking their pets away and killing them. It's a big fight, and I was going to talk to Nicole about this, but I'm glad you guys brought this stuff up tonight. But I'm just saying, it's a lot bigger than you think what's going on. You guys don't see council. City council is nothing compared to what's going on behind closed doors. We need to take it to the Capitol. We need to get everybody together and fight at the state Capitol and raise hell about getting the homeless and their homeless pets homes, not a death sentence, and not internment camps.
Right.
Sorry about that.
No, you're absolutely
That's
right.
good, because I've been at the hotel where people had too many pets, and I've let their pets come spend the night at my house until they could figure out where to go.
Right.
Side note,
Something's wrong with the mic.
On empowering people, there is an opportunity, and this is a time. So I love your energy, Dan, like that. Let's fight. Let's go to the Capitol, because I feel the same fight for many other injustices. Sometimes I want to buy a big ass like 15-seater van and just be able, and then have like magnetic strips. Like, okay, today we're gonna go and represent this organization and just switch it up. But anyways, that's different.
Yeah.
But my point is, through Comment Studio, that's a small design team startup that I'm a part of. And within that space, combined with the civic engagement work of Monument Impact that they support, that's educating community, I designed some workshops. And I would love to go out there like on a Wednesday with you, Nicole, and provide these it's a single page booklet of how to make public comment. And so we can prepare them to use their voice, because the biggest barriers for our people to be in these decision-making spaces like the Capitol, for instance, transportation, technology, language, those three things. And the language, you could speak English and English, but some folks don't speak the language of the government language. And so with this little toolkit that I designed, they can, if they got a smartphone, they can scan the board of supervisors, and boom, they'll be in that meeting. They could scan the Antioch City Council. So so I'm on a mission to empower all the voices so that the county knows there it is, Coco Go Big, so that the county knows who the people are. And that Coco Go Big was from an amazing revolutionary, Lauren Dalbert. He had a vision to Coco Go Big for the people. And what he planted these ideas, and I'm like, okay, well, in order for us to make this GI happen, well, we need to activate. But at the same time, there's many different fights and we can do it together by arming our people with the basic tools and like, hey, this is where you can listen to where they're spending their money, or organize and say, all right, together, now that we know how to be heard on this day, we can meet on Tuesday, because every Tuesday the Board of Supervisors has their meetings. And so let's take it to the county too, like, and to the state down. I'm down for the state.
Right.
But yeah, just, I would love to, we have to do that for your people, for our all the different communities. And so that's, let's do it one of these Wednesdays and just prepare them. I imagine they have smartphones, because I see them reaching out to you on Facebook.
Yeah, many of them do. Of course, still needing charging to charge it and stuff. But for the most part, many of them do get phones. So yeah, I think that's a great idea to educate folks in that way. I really do, especially like if you talk about speaking, public comment, things like that. I think that's really amazing. To be able to help folks figure out how, because it took me a while to figure out what points to make, or, you do research and you kind of find out as you go. But I didn't even realize like the county was such a big, we need to go through the county, because that's what as states be giving the money to them, and then they divide it up and leave Antioch out. So we're on the back burner. It took a little while to figure that out. So that's amazing. Thank you, Patty. That's great. I love that idea. Let's get to work with that. And Dan, you're absolutely right. Governor Newsom, oh God, I think everybody is just pissed off at him for what he did and how he did that. I do want to say, because I was really upset. Y'all know I was there when the mayor was out there talking about whatever. But after I spoke with him, I got where he was coming from. I know he did not intentionally want homeless people to be harassed. I think he was just like, hey, Newsom, we're doing what you want, so you can give us that 6.8 that he gave us just because the mayor did a conference and said, hey, we're going to be stricter on these encampments. So at the time I did not understand it, but now he's very strategic. So I'm glad he did whatever he needed to do to make sure that we're able to get even if opportunity closes, we still have this grant funding, 6.8 million for this new motel. So that's great. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Dan. We got to go through the state and Patty, the county as well. Well,
Newsom's threatening to take away all the money if they don't. So they're kind of caught behind the 8 ball. But the thing is, we're not.
If we give them the money and they already use it, then what he gonna do?
He'll come off.
That's the other thing we need to do when we go to city council, is we need to let them know that money needs, that the things that we have in place need to stay there because of that money.
They can't use it though. They can't use that 6.8 towards the Opportunity Village or anything else. It has to go for the new motel.
Nicole, you'd be surprised. Corruption runs deep in our government in California. You'd be surprised what they can use it for. Just like the $52 billion that Newsom got for the homeless that we had him audited. And guess what? He vetoed the audit.
Wait, are they going to buy the hotel across the street from Opportunity Village with that money?
Mm-hmm. That's what we don't know what this council. I'm hoping that Ron will be like, okay, we have this money, we have this hotel that's already willing to do it, everything. I think it was on that. It may have even been on the application when they got the 6.8. I'm not very sure, but I know that that's what they have in mind. So I'm hoping that Ron just goes with it. It's already there. It's not our money that's being put towards it. So general fund money. So I'm hoping that he just does it, and they're just not being petty, like when he's listening to everybody else and just like, oh, here's your grant money back. We don't want to do. I'm just hoping that they do. He just does the right thing. That's it. Like, I'm hoping he does the right thing. The Ron I knew before, I would hope that he would just do the right thing.
But in the meantime, we all need to get together, Nicole, Carlos, all you ladies here. We need to get together and get all the advocates we could possibly muster up and get them together and go to every board meeting, every city council meeting, and every capital meeting. We need to be there in force and that our voices be heard, because power to people can do wonders. We need to put that to the test.
Yeah.
Right. I agree. Absolutely.
And Nicole, you know I'm down,
Patty's
girl.
Down. Look at her. She's so happy.
I already know it. You everywhere. I know. Look at Patty. Patty be cracking
She's
me
like,
up.
"Ooh, we're gonna fight. Let's go."
Yes, I told you, Patty. She a little savage.
I like
She
Patty
So
don't,
already.
here.
I'm like, let's
she
fight.
don't
Let's
care.
get this going.
She a
Let's go.
savage.
Let's go,
And she
Dan.
never scared. Like Patty ain't never scared.
Yeah, she never backs down. No,
Never.
she's scared sometimes. That's why she has me. She feels safer when I'm around. She told me.
She just trying to be nice,
You're
Mary.
stronger by numbers.
Oh yeah. Are you trying to say I'm not
I ain't never
scary?
seen that girl scared ever. She's like, let's go. She be at the city council meetings acting. Oh, girl, she do not care.
Nope.
Some people need to hear it though. The truth, or I mean, if they don't hear it, and the thing is, it's the truth. There's accountability and there's a debt that's owed to our community in many ways. So as advocates, let's make sure that they don't undo everything that we fought for and then keep fighting for what our people need. And so I'm with y'all 100%. Dan, we're watching state.
Yeah, we definitely need to make sure they're held accountable for everything.
Yeah.
We need to fight and make sure they're held accountable and let them know we're not going away. We're going to be here knocking on your door every step of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Nicole's good at that, and I know Carlos is good at that. I know you guys are good at that. So here we go. We're off to a good start.
Yeah.
So we just got to get everybody together. Seriously though, I'm telling everybody here in Sacramento, I'm telling everybody in Bakersfield, Fresno, I'm mustering up every homeless advocate I could possibly get. Not even homeless advocate, even housing advocates, because it affects everything.
Yeah.
Even Section 8 is backing this up because they're talking about cutting Section 8 funding.
And landlords don't respect the families on Section 8. They take advantage of them, raise their rents. That we're head to head right now with landlords in the city of Antioch that say they are excluded from the ordinances over the rent caps. It's crazy. We're literally.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Oh my God. Like we established these ordinances for a reason and for them to say, oh, because they're Section 8, they're not eligible. What the hell? Like
I heard about that.
Backwards.
But they can't even discriminate against, well, I mean, they can say they're not. They can make up any reason. So yeah, it's just, but yeah, I feel you, Dan. I'm ready. So let's do it.
Time for talk is over. It's time to fight.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Newsom already threw the first punch.
Let me get my bag.
And then too, you guys, just real quick, because I know we're about to be done, but I think that's really important too. I think with this situation, it's been very hard over the years to get unhoused people to speak up for themselves without feeling like they'll be retaliated against. And I think with this though, because people see that their friends have gotten into the motel and they have temporary housing or permanent housing now, and they're like, I want that. So if we give them a reason, like, hey, look, you want to be like that, you want to be like them, you want to have a chance and an opportunity, then you got to step up and you got to speak out, because we can only do so much. I can only advocate and speak for you for, so much. You have to tell your story and you have to be bold enough to do it. And of course, we don't want to put people in a situation, but that's why we also have to be there in the background. If people stand up, then we have to be right beside them when it comes to APD or anybody else that may try to retaliate against them. So there's levels to this, but I definitely think we can get some folks out there to advocate or to even talk at city council meetings or even at the board meetings. I got a whole bus. I mean, do we got to take a trip? You know what I mean? And bring some folks out there. So to Martinez or wherever it is that we need to go. So yeah, once again, I'm down. Just let me know. And
hey, Nicole.
we get this up and running.
Hey, Nicole, something you don't know. Those people that got the housing had to surrender their pets. 99% of them had to surrender their pets. They didn't get that housing. That's evil. They're doing the same thing all over California.
I know that some of them had their pets. I didn't like the fact that after the thing that irritated me was like the pet had to be a certain amount of pounds when they came in.
Yeah.
And then after they came in, if the pet gained weight, then they had to get rid of the pet, which is stupid to me. You homeless, you barely feeding yourself, let alone your dog. So of course your dog gonna be skinny, underweight, and then when you get housing in your stable, the dog is gonna get bigger. So I hated that, and I really hate the pets. I didn't like that whole situation. So
yeah, but they only allow one pet when everybody else allowed to have 4 pets.
Was it 2 or is it 1 or 2?
It was 2 pets.
It's one here in Sacramento.
Opportunity Village.
In Antioch, it was 2 pets, and there was a couple. There was a couple that had 3 pets, and they were thinking about not even taking the shelter to stay with their pets. So I let I took their pets home with me at night.
I'll do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
my dog would come first, man.
Because they won't even go in if they don't want to get rid of their animals, which
let's call it what it is, though. Let's call it what it is, though. It's discrimination. It's discrimination.
What?
It's discrimination. Call it what it is. It's discrimination.
It is.
People that have houses can have 4 animals in Contrast County and Sacramento County, same regulation, 4 animals. But people that are homeless only can have 1 or 2. That's wrong. That's discrimination.
Well, I just think as long as they taking care of the animals and the animals are not a problem, I wouldn't say 4 pets in a small hotel room, but 2, you just gotta use common sense and logic too. You don't want 4 dogs in a little motel room and you trying to, it just don't make sense to me. But I do get it. I do get that people, they just love their animals and those are their companions. That's like family. You know what I mean? Those are their kids. So I do understand why some people just do not want to take the opportunity because they're pets. But thank you. And people like Mary that show up to help them. That's great. And I think we could take advantage of like an animal shelter. Don't they have something like that out here we could take advantage of in situations like that, Mary? Like a pet something. Don't they have something downtown? Like maybe they can not adopt them, but maybe temporary adoption or something.
No, they do fosters if you can find them. But every time I took cats into fosters, I ended up having to foster myself. And then I would get stuck with animals that didn't get adopted. That's why I have 3.
Right. I see. Well, thank you. That's so sweet of you. That's dope.
I have 39 dogs from Contrast County that my rescue has our fosters taken care of right now because they're going to put them to sleep because the shelter is overwhelmed. They have way too many animals, and they cannot possibly withhold that many animals that are out there with the homeless, and that's what's going to happen is they're going to be killed, and we're trying to stop that from happening.
That's exactly what happens, and that's why I'm a sucker for every time you guys see me. I know that Dan doesn't know me, but the rest of you might have access to my page, and if you ever see me and I'm holding a cat or something and it's not my cat, it's because a homeless person is asking me to help them find a home for a cat. Like the last one was a kitten a couple weeks ago. But I'm always
you for doing it. Not me. People will help.
Well, I don't have a choice.
But like I said, it's time to fight, you guys. I'm not trying to bum the situation here. I'm just saying it's time to fight. And there's so many.
It's always been time to fight. That's why I started it at the end and let all the positive vibes at the beginning. But we're going to close it with some positive vibes because Carlos has some stuff to share here at the end. Share the flyer for Patty first.
Okay, hold on here. This is it right here.
This is what Patty was talking about.
Yes. Keep people housed. There's a number on there. Contact Brian Ibarra 925-400-7926 to keep people housed in Contra Costa County. Thanks to funders, thanks to our org, to be able to connect people to this assistance.
Say the number again, please.
925-400-7926. Ask Brian Ibarra about the Keeping People Housed program if you're in need of rental assistance, if you need help moving because the situation's bad and you got a place already almost lined up, reach out to Brian. There's
letters. Don't forget that.
The letters, yes, there's letters. There's
letters to landlords.
Monument Impact. We offer the it's 2 Tuesdays out of the month where we connect folks to services, to get some legal support, legal advice on how to get their money back, how to get their deposit back, if they're not getting certain services, if they're getting harassed, what their rights are. So there's a lot of
Carlos,
fight.
can you put the flyer back up real quick?
I'll put it on Facebook too. Patty, you probably have a digital copy of that instead of my
Can you
photographic
read it?
copy of your digital copy, right?
Yeah.
We'll put it on Facebook.
Okay.
You can't even
Share
read
it
that.
in the Facing Homelessness group too.
See.
Oh, and if you ever go to poetry on the last Friday of every month at Ivy House downtown across the street from Amtrak, Patty's there to help you.
Yeah.
She's got all her
Always
flyers,
posted
all her
information.
resources, and she's ready to talk.
Yeah. And there's been folks that come and they're like, damn, my grandma needed this, or they know of someone that's struggling, someone that's on the verge of homelessness. And that is the connection that we need to keep making to our people out here in all of our community spaces.
So, Patty, is that the funding you were talking about? Is that what you were talking about?
That's one of them. That's one. The other one, it was approved, Measure X funding, not what we wanted. As like we wanted more for the people, but it's a start, and that's going to be coming in the future. Not tomorrow, not next month. It's going to be designed and be on the lookout, right? So that
right now they're having meetings on who gets that funding for the guaranteed income. It's for 250 families.
It could be 150. It could be 250, depending.
We don't know for exact.
We don't know.
We just know it got approved.
Yes.
Right. And it's going to be a pilot program.
Yes.
So when you think of what is guaranteed income, Patty gets money every month for being a veteran. That's guaranteed income. That's what they want to provide to people that are not veterans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so folks
to give you an idea. Because can you think of how many people that could help just knowing that they're going to get X amount of money and they can still work?
Wow, yeah, that's dope.
So that's
cool.
And then last, don't put on music, put on the videos and then the music, please.
I'm trying to I don't want to play mine, but yeah, hold on.
Carlos, like, let me.
Y'all are amazing. Much love. Thanks for making my win. It's been a great
one. Bossy.
I'm gonna play.
I just had outreach call. I'm sleepy.
Yeah.
He used to be homeless, and now he helps our homeless with food and supplies every week as an American River Homeless crew member. Carlos helps our homeless every chance he gets in Antioch.
Close.
They got jokes.
I missed it.
Nicole and her nonprofit org team work directly with those experiencing homelessness, feeding them and often coordinating housing opportunities to get them off the street.
Video. Yes. Thank you, Nicole.
All right,
I was so late and lost what's going on.
Right on time.
You got a couple of images.
Oh, do we really want to see that?
Yeah, we do.
We got.
Oh yeah.
We got that one, and then we got me and my boy right here.
Yes.
Yay.
Giving props to God.
Yes.
Yep.
Love it.
I'm happy now. You can play the music.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, before you play music, hold on, Carlos. Before you guys play music, man, I have to go because I go feed the homeless right now. I gotta go pick up pizzas for the homeless here in Sacramento. Nicole, Carlos, you guys got my number. Can you guys please give it to the ladies so we all keep in touch?
Absolutely.
And God bless you guys. And Carlos, Nicole, congratulations on the awards, you guys. I really gotta go though.
God bless you too.
God bless you guys.
On the show, Daniel.
God bless you.
All right, have a good night. Hey, have a good night, you guys.
All right.
Good night.
Can music now?
He said that.
Wait.
I haven't gotten tired of the song. It's a good one, Carlos. It's a solid beat.
Thank you. Well, with that,
that's the same one, ain't it?
Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back next week, every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And to help us out, if you haven't subscribed to the show, please subscribe, like, and share. spread the word and help us in as we're helping others. So with that, I'd like to say thank you all for being on the show tonight.
Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Patty.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mary.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Thank you all.
And Sean said, good show. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Sean, for joining us. Have a good night.
All right, y'all. I'm tired.
All right.
Till next
Okay.
time.